Okay, so we're out here at Corky's restaurant in Sherman Oaks, California, right around Van Nuys Boulevard. They're actually closing tomorrow. This is actually Saturday. Tomorrow they're closing. No one knows what's going to happen with the restaurant. It's actually a vintage 1950s Googie restaurant. I believe it was built in 1958. People are trying to get it landmarked through the city. My daughter's here wandering around in the background. She's a little shy right now for some reason, even though she normally isn't. But we're going to go ahead and give a little tour of it. Hopefully this thing gets preserved. Supposedly the city landmark, the Heritage Commission or whoever deals with that sort of thing, is going to landmark the building. Because the big rumor is it's going to become a Chic-Fil-A, which it would be really sad to see such a piece of Googie architecture history get torn down for yet another cookie cutter Chic-Fil-A. So I'm going to do a quick tour. It's definitely a car culture landmark here in Los Angeles, and we hope you enjoy it. Okay, so today was actually supposed to be car day, so I drove the Mustang 5.0 out. There's been a few like classic cars wandering in and out of here. As you can see, there's an old 1931 Ford Hot Rod. I was really kind of hoping there'd be like more people here with cars, but that's okay. We're gonna try to document this historic building. Hopefully it gets saved, but just in case it doesn't, and if you're seeing this like a few days after I post it, and you live in the city of Los Angeles, be sure to contact your local like council person, especially if you live in the Sherman Oaks, Van Nuys area, and tell them you want to see this building get preserved for future generations to enjoy. Now, if you don't know what Googie architecture is, here's a 1962 Ford station wagon. This is owned by a guy named Greg, that I know. Right now, it's pretty much the only classics here in the lot right now. There was a few earlier. There's a Volkswagen Beetle way over there. But, you know, these really do play into car culture because these buildings were built with, like, swoopy lines, you know, something that would catch the eye as you were driving down the road. So you would stop and you would be a customer, you know, something that would really grab your attention. But as we come around the front, this building's actually been used in a lot of different movies. It was used in the recent Nightmare on Elm Street from a few years ago. You can see it's got the brick. I've heard people refer to this as Googie brick because a lot of Googie buildings tend to use like stones and bricks and things like this on the building. And of course, many Googie coffee shops, you know, they incorporate a lot of plants and things like that, and trees. And some actually have them growing through the roof. Now, if you look at the roof, it's got a swept-up roof with lights that are integral to the roof design. And of course, they have a nice patio area here that's under the roof. Now, I'm going to come around the other side. As you can see, more of the roof design. There's like these stanchions here, these large metal stanchions. Look like they're holding up the roof. Of course, they're not, but more of like a decorative piece. And then yet more stones, and including another door that goes actually to the banquet room, which a few years ago they actually had a Googie Fest here that they had in the banquet room. That was, you know, big, you know, a conference for all things Googie. So next we're going to try to shoot inside the restaurant, and we'll see what we find. As you can see, the restaurant is quite busy, being the second to last day of operation here at Corky's. They are closing as of after tomorrow. And in fact, they've shortened their hours because they're a little short-staffed as they wind down. So we're gonna come in here and film. See if we can get around here. You look at some of the old-school countertops. Definitely an old-school coffee shop with the vintage, like mid-century dividers, vintage mid-century lamps. Of course, their iconic sign. Come back here, they have got their old pie display cases. And of course, as you expect with the vintage coffee shop, lots of booths, lots of photographs of maybe some of the celebrities have visited over the years. Not sure if the banquet room's open. I'm not going to pry, but it's basically they got a fireplace, which is pretty basic other than the fireplace at the other end. So just wanted to give kind of like a little bit of where you can see what's going on with Corky's here in Sherman Oaks. Okay, so now we're on the other side of the restaurant. You can see some of the cases in the back, more of the cool divider. Some of the like historic photographs along the walls. Coming back, I don't think the bar is open, but they have the Cork Lounge in the back. I think it might be closed. Oh, I'll just do a quick sweep. I don't want them to think I'm breaking in or anything. But they had the cool Cork Lounge in the back, which was like a little tavern. And that's really about it. Well, hopefully in the future we're going to see this car culture landmark here in Los Angeles being saved. And hopefully it'll live on for many generations to enjoy. And if you like what you see, be sure to hit the subscribe, like, and comment. And I'll be seeing you on the next video.